All right, move on. A lot of news this week.
big
The other
one for
big
you.
news this week is the revival of the G-Class Cabriolet. So let's talk about it. Everybody's been asking me about it. I've been tagged in 4 billion Instagram posts about the new G-Class Cabriolet. Mercedes-Benz has announced the G Cabriolet return. I have become famously associated with my G Cabriolet.
Yep.
I have owned it now for 6 years. It'll be 6 years next month. And bought mine for $133,000, and I think it's probably now worth, at one point I think it was worth $233,000. The market has become obsessed with this car, which is one of the points that Mercedes-Benz used to bring it back. I watched an interview with some executive at Mercedes-Benz who said the final edition cars were $150 when they were new, and they now sell for $400. And so we see there's a groundswell, there's a market interest in this car, and so we are returning. Everybody's been asking if I'm going to get one. I have gotten on my list at my Mercedes dealer. I'm first.
As you should be.
But I made 2. Nothing was revealed about this car aside from this photo. And Mercedes said that it will come to the US, and then it will be offered with their most popular powertrains.
They have 2.
Well, they have an electric.
You're right. Won't be electric. We know that.
So
They use that powertrain very carefully.
I told
most popular.
Mercedes-Benz, I told the dealer that I want to buy it. I want it under 2 very specific circumstances. Number one, that it is not a limited edition ultra expensive thing. I think that this should be a 200 to 250 car based on where like the other G-Wagons are. That's like where I believe the pricing makes sense. However, the 4x4 squared that they sell now starts at $330, or it did before the axles were breaking and they can't sell it anymore. And if that's where, something to think about, if that's where the Cabriolet is priced, no interest. Like if they make it a limited edition, ultra high expensive thing, I'll sit it out and wait till it's used because I think it'll depreciate like the 4x4 squared has. The other condition is it can't be, and I don't know, I don't use this word, but I can't think of another word that describes what I'm saying.
Where's this going?
It can't be douchey.
Which is a tough thing for G-Wagon not to be. So.
My hope is that they come with a regular G550 that has those stronger than the 1980s wheels and orange turn signals and like old school colors and like not a lot of bling.
Right.
My presumption is that it will be a G63 and it will have all of the accoutrement that you'd expect from a G63 and the people that goes with, in which case I have no interest in owning the car. But it would be cool as hell. It looks like it's going to be a 4-door, which would be really great for me with my children. Right now, my method of getting my kids in mind is I lift them over the side of the car, which has a shelf life. They're going to get too big for that.
Yep.
So there you go, the G Cabriolet return. Are you excited?
I am excited for you.
I never thought this would happen. My presumption always was that they're supply constrained. They built this car in Graz in Austria, and they're supply constrained. There's so much demand for the G, and there always has been, that I never thought they would bother with this stupid kind of novelty body style because there's just so much interest in the 4-door, and what's the point of going to the trouble of developing this when you can just sell 4-doors? But here we are.
You'd buy an electric one, wouldn't you?
I would consider it. My current thought is that if I bought this, I would sell my old one and my Sequoia and consolidate
drive across the country.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I think if I sold those 2, I could probably get about as much money as what I'm hoping this sticker
I like
is.
to think that it'll be more refined than his current one, so the top's not going to go flap, 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 flap as you're driving along the highway. But of course, they're so proud of the design.
It's going to be ugly. We all know it's going to be ugly. There's no question it'll be ugly. But that's been true. That was true. The previous one didn't seem to stop people from paying up. I mean, he's right. The Mercedes exec is right. Final editions do sell for $400,000. And even the one I have, California Legal, is probably a 200 car.
It's going to be a large top.
It'll be a large top. I did notice that the front is that there's a little bit of a roof on the front section.
Are you worried this won't be like the Landaulet, where it's just like the back is a convertible and the front isn't?
You know, the Landaulet uses the same top from mine. Did you know that? Pull up a picture of the Landaulet. This is going to blow your mind. The Landaulet, which was the other G convertible I made, G650 Landaulet. That car, if you actually look at a side profile image, you can pull up Pull up this one.
Yeah, that looks like.
So you see the weird triangle window?
Yep, the
the
weird
only
window.
thing it's missing is the regular cab had a triangle window in the top, and they didn't put the lawn delay. But the reason the lawn delay doesn't have a top over the front seats is because they simply reused the two-door G Cabriolet top and pulled it back. And so the lawn delay literally just has my car's top. That's all it is.
Go back to the
It's one of the great secrets of the whole thing.
Well, it's nice knowing you can always get canvas for yourself.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you want to
Go back to the photo from Mercedes.
This will not be the case.
There is a little bit of overhang. Which
There is a
makes
little bit of
sense,
overhang, but
honestly.
this is clearly going to be a longer roof.
Yeah.
Now, convertible four-door is very rare in the car industry. I can't think of any convertible four. I mean, the Jeep Wrangler, and the Bronco, but they don't have power tops.
Convertible, yeah.
If you power top convertible four-door.
Can't think of
They
one.
happen.
Yeah.
They exist, but they're old
Rare.
days they used to do it, 60s, 70s, but very, very, very rare. There usually becomes issues of structural rigidity, and also it's just a lot of top to fold up and to do all that. My assumption is they'll have bars going across the middle. They just basically have to for rigidity. But anyway, I'm excited. Filippo's excited.
I am excited.
Are you?
Sure.
This car's been a staple in our lives. I've done 30,000 miles in mine in hours, let's say.
Yeah. What a moment. What a day. What
You've
a life.
spent endless time.
I spent a lot of time in it.
It's the only car of yours I'm actually scared to drive.
Oh,
I
don't.
woke
For the
up-
longest time until you got the Courier GT, that was the one.
I woke up that day that they announced this. I never would have expected that I would wake up and order it, get on a list for a new car. Like, there is basically no new car, short of Porsche making like a $500,000 manual transmission supercar that I was somehow
The 911
qualified
ST
for.
doesn't count.
No, like a mid-engine, like real thing.
Mid-engine is that.
It's like distinct. This is the only thing that I could have possibly gotten me up off my pedestal of not getting
Well,
new
that
cars.
and the new Defender when it came out.
Yeah, years ago.
Yeah.
But like I'm off any of that stuff.
Right.
Big deal.
LX 700H.
Ken, you have any thoughts about this? This is a big deal.
It is. I'd like to see some more pictures of it, and
In
Not
due
really.
time.
You won't want to.
In due time. Don't you agree it's going to be too blinged out and I'm going to bail?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think they will offer a G550 version for other markets at least.
I hope.
And then you import it, title it as a G63.
Yeah, that's that easy.
Yeah. They are in Europe doing stronger than the 1980s without the trim package, like the same, very similar wheels, colors, other design touches in packages in Europe. So I wouldn't, hopefully they try to combine those.
You could certainly start modding it, but I'm not going to.
That's a long road to go
I just
down.
want to get a G550
Yeah.
with those 5-star wheels.
Yeah.
And like a convertible. I just don't want to look like the kind of person who has a G.
You want a first gen 4x4 squared, which was a G550, not a second gen 4x4 squared.
They could do a normal one, then do a Maybach trim that's gaudy.
I'm
and
sure
terrible.
they'll do that.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll do that. But it would be nice to do it to have a base engine. But my guess is they're going to want to milk this for real money. If they went to the trouble to develop it and took time off the line of building the 4 doors to build this stupid convertible, I bet you this thing is priced at $350, and I bet you it's going to be like fully spec, crazy, like off the charts, like weird.
Maybe at the end of the production line.
I used one in 10 years.
Yep.
That's how we do it.
I've got to bring these back up. Brunt workwear boots. If you've been listening for a while now, you know that I wore my Brunt Marins at Spa in Belgium this past summer. Spa is a swamp when it rains, and these boots kept my feet dry, warm, and comfortable all weekend long. No break-in period, no blisters, just straight comfort out of the box. I even wore them in the Bois Jacques Forest, a site of easy company stand in the Battle of the Bulge against the Germans. Climbing around the foxholes and in the mud, these boots didn't just hold up, they made the experience possible. And that's a memory that I will carry forever. And these boots were a part of it. And that's the point. Brunt built these boots for real work, not just fashion. The founder, Eric Girard, grew up in a blue-collar neighborhood. His buddies were in the trades and told him that the big brands had stopped caring. Boots were either uncomfortable or they just fell apart. So he built Brunt from the ground up to be different. Every Every boot is named after one of the guys he grew up with. Real people with real jobs. And the Marins I wear, they're hands down the most comfortable boots I've ever owned. And if they're not right for you, Brunt will even let you send them back. No other brand does that. Brunt was tired of the workwear brands cutting corners, and you've worked too hard to be stuck in uncomfortable boots that don't hold up. They built something better, boots that are insanely comfortable and built for any job site. And for a limited time, our listeners get $10 off at Brunt when you use the code CARS, that's C-A-R-S, at checkout. Just head to bruntworkwear.com and use the code CARS, and you're good to go. And after you order, they'll ask you where you heard about Brunt. Do us a favor and let them know that it was from me and this show.